All right, we're going to get started with the 2014 number one overall pick and two-time All-Star, Chiney Ogwumike. We will start with Brady Clapper with SB Nation.
Hey, Chiney.
Hey,
I just asked Nneka this. 2019 being your first year playing alongside her as a pro, how much do you feel that you were able to get back all the chemistry that you had built up as kids and playing in college? And how much better do you feel your chemistry is with her now than it was 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think that I sort of underestimated the idea that changing teams was going to be like a walk in the park, just because you have so much talent everywhere. It really is not so easy. It's a difficult transition. And for me, I think that year in 2019, I was feeling a lot of things out. And so now that I know my city and I've been living here now for 2 years straight, which is kind of crazy, I know my coach and Derek Fisher. I mean, I've always known my sister. There's a level of comfort that I have now that I probably really, really wanted back in 2019. And so the journey for me has been building relationships, finding community, and now I sort of have a rhythm to maintain balance in all aspects of my life. And I've just been able to work on the court, work on my game. Like Fish got me into proactive sports performance, and that sort of transformed my off-season experience, being able to work on strength and conditioning and building my body up, and also getting in the gym here with my regulars. So there's been a nice level of comfort to having a couple of years here that I probably underestimated how the transition would be back in 2019.
Go to Rashawn Blaylock with Spectrum Sportsnet.
Hey, Chiney.
Hey, Rashawn.
As a younger sibling, what gives you the most joy when you see all that Nneka has been able to accomplish on and off the floor?
You're funny. Like, what gives me most joy is that I'm able to get her to do a TikTok today. So as a younger sibling, that's where my mind's at. But honestly, I've had a front row seat to Nneka my entire life. And I always tell people she's not just my role model, she's my goal model. She sets a goal for herself, achieves it, and then grabs, leaves her hand out and tries to drag me along and pull me along the way. And so it's motivated me to be just as good as her in every facet of life. And as a younger sibling, there's no better opportunity to be able to, no matter what, no matter the time of night, be able to call and say, like, I remember the first day of training camp, I called Nneka like at 5 a.m. I was like, yo, I can't sleep. I feel like it's the first day of school. And to have someone like that is also, breaking barriers, president of the league. I know I'm vice president, but, it just is something that I don't take for granted, something that makes just the ability to put on two jerseys, the same jerseys. Now they're really the same, because if you guys notice, like, because we have numbers on the front, like, we don't have to be C and N. It just makes this experience, my God, a dream come true.
John W. Davis with Winsider.
Hey, what's going on, Chiney? How you doing?
What up, John?
What's up? So what I wanted to talk to you about was, being that, it's basically been 2 years since you've been off a WNBA floor, but you've been watching basketball every day. What have you learned about the importance of being able to shoot three-pointers for all basketball players, whether it's the W or the NBA?
The game will force you to grow, and those that hesitate, those that are resistant will get left behind. And I think, covering the NBA, covering women's hoops, covering our league, that's one thing that is universal, like positionless basketball. For me, I'd look at my, I don't do this, but sometimes people would send me, your high school highlight, or I'd see a clip there, or like my All-American games. I was like, I kind of was a different player, even though Stanford made me it was a great experience. It's sort of getting back to that free flowing playing basketball, because that's the professional level. You can script 100 zillion plays, but at the end of the day, the play that matters is the one that you sort of dictate. Those are those championship plays at the highest level. And for me, that just means continuing to work on my game, getting back to playing free flowing basketball, which includes knocking down shots. Now, I fully understand in this process, in order to learn, you have to miss to learn how to make. And I'm in that stage where I'm not afraid to miss in order to figure out how to force my game to grow. So just heads up right there, y'all. Like, you're going to see that thing fly probably more than you probably have ever seen in the past 5 years. But I think it just is a nice freedom to know that I have my teammates' trust, my head coach's trust. Like being the only member of the LA Sparks that has been here full time, I've been able to build a really great relationship with Fish where he's seen the work. He trusts in me. And now it's just going out there and putting that work to the test. And I love that challenge.
For those that didn't read our game story on lasparks.com, Chiney did begin our scrimmage with a 3-pointer. So the proof is in the pudding, as they say.
But y'all, I know it's gonna be an adjustment, game, scrimmage and game, but just know we're working out here. I did hit one though, yes.
Sabrina Merchant, SB Nation.
Hey, Chiney, good to see you.
Hey,
Just sort of building off of John's question, like this is a very different Sparks roster that you're a part of now than when you joined in 2019. Like other than the shooting, what have you been working on in your game to try to fit into this new style, new system?
Versatility, 100% versatility. One thing that Fish said when he first took the job 3 years ago was, we want to be able to space the floor and everyone be a threat. And that means when you have the ball, like being able to make the right play. So being able to go off the dribble, being able to make that pass. And so it's not about just spacing the floor and shooting. It's about creating for your teammates and keeping that offense moving. It's literally run and gun. And so this is something that he's always wanted to work for. And I think now with this team where we can really set the foundation, we have the strength of speed. We have the strength of shooters. And we have, more importantly, like the mindset to be able to feel like we are all capable. And so I think that has been a focus, just making sure that we share the ball, but also move the ball and set the tone for all of us being aggressive, no matter where we are on the court.
Miriam Swanson, LA Daily News.
Hey, Miriam.
Hey, how you doing? You like the uniforms?
Oh my God, like, come on now. Like, what? These uniforms are amazing. Like, love them.
Right on, right on. Hey, so the other day, Coach Fisher was saying that he feels like a lot of people are still sort of questioning your commitment to playing, considering, you're so good at the other thing. Do you feel that? And is that any motivation for you to kind of prove otherwise?
To be honest, I feel that all the time. And it's tough because I think, unfortunately, in society, people try to put women in boxes. And so you might see me on television, which, by the way, like, it's national TV. A lot of people might see it, right? But they're not seeing that when you see me at 9 a.m. or, Pacific time, I'm on television. At 5 a.m., I'm at strength and conditioning. At 7 a.m., I'm on the court with our coach, our development coach, Dash. And then I hustle back. Lucky to have a team that makes it look like I haven't practiced and get on TV. And so I think it's frustrating to have the idea that just because I'm on TV at times, and I know Candace probably deals with this as well, as another broadcaster, people thinking, oh, do you still hoop? Like, it's just an inherent question, but it's, at times it sort of reminds you that people aren't ready to see people do more necessarily, or that's not the mindset that they necessarily come with, like, oh, like, I see all facets of what you're doing. It's always like a one-track mindset. So for me, I just use it as motivation. Also, like, the best thing that I saw like a week ago was a tweet. Someone said, how did you get to support the WNBA? Someone said, by seeing Chiney on ESPN. I was like, oh, that's amazing. Because at least the grind, on that regard is worth it. And it translates to what I love the most. And that's basketball. I've been playing since I'm 10. So I guess that's just real talk. Like, it is tough to hear at times, like, oh, are you still playing? Like, because people see what they see, not necessarily what is the reality of what my experience is. But hey, we have an opportunity to remind people this summer. So I'm really grateful for that.